Hey there, it's Derek here from Pacific Coast Auto in Japan, and we're looking at a Mitsubishi Delica Space Gear. This one here is the Chuki version, which is not the Zenki or the Koki, it's the middle generation. The Chuki, Chu means middle. This one 2.8 liter turbo diesel engine, automatic transmission, four-wheel drive, and I guess sort of it is the late model though, because the final edition of this I think was only available for a year or so before they dropped the model line. And so basically there's the early model and late model, and a late model if you want to call it that. Now this one has 261,000 kilometers on it. Have a look. Which is generally pretty high mileage, but these Delicas are robust and able to run for a long time before they need major maintenance. These engines in particular are excellent. The 2.8 liter is smoother than the 2.5 in the Star Wagon. And overall, I'm pretty happy with the condition. For a higher mileage one, it looks good. The body's good, the interior is fairly good, and mechanically I don't see any issues with it. Mirrors don't fold. I don't know what the guy's doing. He's getting a key or something. And oh, by the way, we are here at the port. The transport company moved this to the port instead of to our lot, so you get a little bit of a discount because it was moved here, but Derek gets a small pain in the butt in traveling to the port to shoot the report instead of shooting it at our lot. Okay, so let's have a look at the auction inspection sheet here, and I'll translate for you real quick. It's a 1997, the first year of the late model Mitsubishi, or late, not the late, but the late model Mitsubishi van. They just called it a Mitsubishi van. It's actually registered as a commercial van, which is a little bit weird, but it does have all the seats, so you don't have to pay your 25% import tax. And this one has the captain's chairs version of it. Anyway, auction grade 3.5, interior B, exterior C, 2.8 liter engine, no sales points, no notes, and the report here says no spare tire. It's actually removed. Oil minor leak, I'll show you that in a sec. Various small scratches, small dents on the exterior, underside surface rust. It looks pretty clean to me, pretty clean indeed, which is important for these because they tend to have corrosion problems sometimes. Seat cigarette burn and saggy, a little bit saggy, quite a few cigarette burns. Again, I'll show you those in a sec. Trim scratched, steering wheel grip wear is actually pretty worn. Multiple minor cracks in it. Basically the whole right side is all cracked. And audio has been removed. Yes, it has. No audio in there anymore. You have A2 on the front and H1. H1 is fade, A2 is medium-sized scratches. The roof apparently has U2, but nothing you can really see unless you're a giant. And even if you are a giant, there's really nothing concerning up here, dent-wise. It does have a B2 on the back fender, which I was not able to locate, and so that's a nice positive for us. Other damage? It has a bit of paint bubbles on one side, but it's not corrosion related. It's bad paint related. And then P1 in the back, A2 over here, and A2 over here. So let's just put this here next to the Toyota IST floor mat. And I don't know what this one's for. I recognize it, but I don't know what car it comes from. And so not the original floor mats. Let's take a look here. Oil leaks on these engines are very common from the valve cover gasket, and you can see right here it's seeping out from the valve cover gasket. It looks minor. Valve cover gaskets are not impossible to change. You do have to take a bunch of stuff off, including the intercooler, in order to change it, but it is a cheap part. Now these coolant canisters, they get all cloudy like this, so you can't see the coolant very well. Looking inside, it looks like it's going to need a coolant change, but you can't see in there very well. Probably a good idea to get all your fluids changed when a vehicle lands anyway though. Looks like your brake booster has also been replaced. It has a part number written on it. And the oil looks okay. It's a teeny bit low. It's not nearly low enough that you have to worry about putting some more oil in before we ship it. Okay, that's a turbo diesel with a top mount intercooler with hood duct. This late model version, not the late model. Oh, this part's broken. The clip for it. The late model looks better. And it's actually a little bit faster too, because they moved over from a mechanical fuel pump to an electric fuel pump, and you get like 10 or 15 extra horsepower because of that. It's nice to shoot down here at the lot, not at the lot, at the port, because we got tons of room. It is not nice because it takes 45 minutes to drive here. And so what is normally a 45-minute picture report with 5 videos and about 100 pictures, that's me being a salesperson, what normally takes 45 minutes and now takes 3 times as long if I have to come down here. But as a benefit, you get really nice surround video of all angles with no trees on one side that darken the shot. Okay, so the front end, yes, quite a bit different looking than the earlier models, more modern looking. If you're looking for what the late model is, it has BMW like swoop here on the headlights. We really don't see too many of those because by the time these were in their late model, nobody was buying them, and so very few of them were actually made for that generation. Okay, so looking at damages, so we got some fade here. Headlights are actually pretty clear, that's nice. Some more fade here and fade here. The auction inspection sheet called this an H1, and that looks appropriate. There's more fade on here. It's minor, but if it were me, I would get this front bumper painted. It does have some A2 scratches like this and this on it. Also down here. And all the letters for Mitsubishi are missing. So you can see it says Mitsubishi. That's just the glue that goes underneath the letter that is usually stuck on. Okay, going down the side here, we also have a little bit of non-glossiness in some areas. It's not terrible. You can bring it back to life if you want. Okay, so let's go down this side, and it's looking really good. Scratch and dent wise, there's not a lot. I'll just point out what I can find. So we got a scratch here. A lot of that can be buffed out. Some of it is a bit of substance on it down here. Okay, we also have peeling on the door handles. This isn't something that is common on these that I've seen. Here's something. See how the window is like this? You can kind of see the seal around it. That's something that happens on these Delicas. It's unfortunate. I have seen one window outright fall out, but only once. Man, I definitely have exported like 100 of these, maybe more. They used to be the hot thing in Canada like 10 years ago, and we were doing like 5 a month. Okay, so big scratches here. Again, they called this an A2. Here's the A2 on the fender that they were talking about, so they considered this the fender and this the bumper. Okay, the back panel looks good. There is a bit of like color difference there. Nothing to worry about. That's just dirt in here that you'll be able to polish out. Have a little bit of surface rust on the wiper arm there. And the back mirror here has a few scratches like they ran into something with it. Obviously not using their back mirror because those things are awesome. You can see exactly how far against something that you are. No need for a rear camera. Okay. Here's the paint blemishes I was talking about. It looks like a repaint without prepping properly. Not sure how well you can see those. I can see them in real life really well. Okay. Tires are from 2018, so relatively new, and the wheels are so-so. They are the original wheels. There's some corrosion, and both front ones have big scrapes all around the edge of the rim. I'll just show you here. Like, you can see there, somebody was going too close to curb. Okay, there are a few chips going all the way down here. Well, lots of them, but all of them are small. Okay, so let's go. Land Cruiser, yes! I love that one. Yes, that one is actually ours as well as the Datsun that just left and the G-Wagon that just left. Those are all of our cars. That white one's not ours, that's the port vehicle. Okay, so let's take a look at cigarette burns. 1, 2. Get out of there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This guy was a cigarette juggler in a past life. Probably not a very good one because he's dropping those cigarettes. And I don't know how you get a cigarette burn there because that's usually where a bum occupies. So it's like, I don't know, maybe jump the bum up, throw the cigarette under, and then sit on it? Not sure. Here's the saggy part of the seat. You can see the foam is kind of missing in there. You don't notice it when you're sitting on it. It's not completely noticeable when you just have the seat like that. Also, the plastic is broken down. This is a Delica thing. It happens on all the interior Can you see that? What's going on? All the interior plastics. Like this one here has it on the edge. This one here has it. The e-brake handle has it. Other cigarette burns? 1. And dirty seat. Now, Delicas tend to be much dirtier than your average car. I think it says something about which types of drivers here in Japan drive them. Kind of your nomadic type of person who doesn't want to clean their van. And so you're at a bigger risk of having a smoked-in vehicle and a bigger risk of having one that hasn't been cleaned when you go for a Delica. Keep that in mind if you're going to be bidding on them at auction. Okay, the AC is not working. That wasn't mentioned on the auction sheet. The compressor doesn't even come on, which means that you might have an issue with the button here. You might have an issue with the compressor. Usually you'll see the RPM change a little bit when the AC comes on. A little bit of scratches down there. You have almost useless little pocket there. You can put tissues in, I guess, or something. Alcohol wipes, now that we are living the COVID future. Always good to have those on you. Dual airbag here. Pretty regular glove box. Don't know. I definitely recognize this one though. It's not a car that we buy very often. Maybe only once. Maybe like a step wagon or something. Don't know. There is a pass-through here, which makes it easy to get into the rear. If you have kids in the back seat of your minivan, you're going to know how valuable that is, because eventually someone's going to throw up and you're going to need your alcohol wipes from that little cubby. You're going to save the day. We got captain's chairs. This version also comes with a bench seat here for a different version. The captain's chairs is a higher end version, and these chairs push this one to bring this part up. It looks like they don't rotate. The earlier model ones did though. Trying to see if there's any rotation rails, but there isn't. Oh, there is. Okay, it's just hiding here. And look at this, they have a little pocket for the, you don't want to use the seatbelt receiver, you can stow it away in the little sleeve. There you go, that's thinking Mitsubishi. Thank you. Very nice of you. Also armrests on both sides, and these are a pretty comfortable seat. However, if you want to sleep in one of these, potentially, you need the one with the bench seat, because that converts nicely into a bed. Here you can see dirty floor. The back is even dirtier. Then the back seats flip up to the sides if you need it to. And if you must sleep in here, you'd probably have enough room to sleep in the back once these are flipped up. They go lay back style and then flip up, not come down and then flip up. And then your armrests are only on the inside there. And that is 2 seats. 2 seats. And 2 seats, is that right? Maybe 3 in the back there. Yeah, back has 3 seats. Okay, headliner has been washed at some time. You get a very mild pilling after you wash a headliner on most Japanese cars. Don't wash a headliner on a German car. It'll just sag down and be impossible to fix without replacing it. You see it a lot, especially in humid climates like in Japan. Okay, there's something shaky in here. The back looks fair, a little bit dirty, but fair condition. Okay. And I think it's good to remember that this one has over 200,000 kilometers. So I'd say that was pretty well taken care of, despite the flaws that it has. It's a good vehicle with plenty of life left in it. Okay, so that's going to be the end of the report here. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. And look at that. It smells down here of chemicals too. That's one of the other reasons I don't like to shoot reports here. Yikes. Okay, end of the review. Thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day.